Brad, will you give the fans a fantasy update? Because it was
I'll give
bananas.
Yes. So a lot of high scoring this week, but it's because it was a week and a half worth of games, right? Because the first opening weekend was 4 days, and so they just got tacked on. I'm going to start from the bottom of the list.
Oh,
that is the Harrisburg Charlies against Grace Under Fire. Harrisburg Charlies, for those of you who remember last year, is John. And then Grace Under Fire. Grace Under Fire, that is Denise. She's the host of our North Chicago podcast. Denise won that one 728 to 584. Her top scorer was Frederick Freeman with 119 points, and the Harrisburg Charlies, John's top scorer was Vlad Guerrero Jr. with 114 points. So if you don't have those guys, if they're available or you can make a trade, those would be good ones to go get. Next, we have I think this is Tori. He's one of the hosts of this is Tori. He's one of the hosts of the Philly podcast. I think it's Burns Turnovers or something like that. It always cuts off. I've never seen his whole team name. Yeah, but anyway, he got beat pretty handily by Jason, his co-host of the Philly Baseball Together podcast. 728 to 623. Both of their high scorers had 102 points. It was Nathaniel Lowe with the Rangers for Jason and Christian Walker with the D-backs for Tori. After that, Adley Rutschman for Jason had 90 points. Okay, Brig, here's your matchup. Brig, also known as Brigger Mortis, went up against Jewel, who is my co-host of the Seattle podcast, Big League Chupacabras. Jewel beat you pretty handily, Brig.
No, there's got to be a new. We need a ritual for how badly I got beat. It needs to be more than just a phrase. There's got to be maybe a sacrificial something, or I don't know.
Well, you're wanting to get something out of that clubhouse because Brig got beaten 823 to 680. Jules' top score was Jake Cronenworth with 110 points. Then he had Pete Alonso with 100. And Briggs' top scorer was Ty France with 90. And thank you, Ty France is back, by the way. But really, the big difference, though, I feel like with Jewel was his pitching.
Yeah,
his pitching has been really good. He has Julio Urias. He also has Shane McClanahan and Pablo Lopez. Pablo Lopez was an animal this week, so that was really big for him. Now Andy has Dustin May. Dustin May back from Tommy John, by the by, and that dude is a stud.
And it's working. Yeah,
it is working, definitely. So the last matchup, it was me against our guest, our listener participant. His name is Mike. He is Devastation Incorporated, and I changed my team name this year to Julio Think You Are. He beat me 753 to 689. His top scorer was Matt Olson with 134 points.
It's crazy score.
Was like the difference because after that, his next guy was Bo Bichette with 74 points.
Yeah.
What the heck, man? My top scorer was Paul Goldschmidt with 107, but then I had JT Realmuto with 77. So we were within like 4 points going into the last day.
I'm up against my Devastation Incorporated today, and I'm beating him 61 to 26 right now, and that might be the end of my lead.
I'm up against Jewel this week. I'm up 52 to 25, and with the way his pitching goes, I stand no chance.
Oh, you're toast. 52 to 25.
I'm going to get a bigger lead than that.
You need to beat Jewel. You got to have like 130 points going out of day one.
Yeah, pretty
That's
much.
the only way.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But it's like I said after our draft. Once I draft and pick my team name, I'm good to go. I've had my fun for fantasy baseball for the year.
Not me. I'm like, I here's my schedule. When I take a break during the day, I check my fantasy. I make sure all my starters are actually going to play, and if I have to make any adjustments, I do. Then I play Candy Crush, and then when I run out of lives, I go back and check my fantasy again, just to be absolutely sure. And I still get manhandled.
There was one year I was playing fantasy football, and I changed my team name every week. After week 4, Yeah, after week 4, it was not looking good. I was like, this team is not good. I don't want to go through the effort to make it good. So I'll make it good
Yeah.
by changing the team name. So and
That's
after like
awesome.
week 13, I think I landed on Gardner's jockstrap for Gardner Minshew, and I kept it there.
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
that's where my fun with fantasy comes.